It started like a joke. At least, I thought it was a joke. We were having dinner, just the two of us, and the conversation had veered into something I hadn't expected. My wife, Danielle, had a habit of testing boundaries, making snide remarks about my habits, my work, even my friendships. Usually, I brushed it off. But that night, she said something that made me stop chewing mid-bite. "Ryan," she said, looking me dead in the eyes, "you need to obey me, or no intimacy. Got it?" I choked on my drink. "Excuse me?" I sputtered. She leaned back, smirking, almost playful. "I'm serious. I've been patient, but I'm done with your nonsense. Obey me, or you can forget about, you know." The words hung in the air like a guillotine. I felt my stomach drop. "Obey you?" I repeated slowly, my voice measured. "You're telling me I have to obey you, or else I don't get intimacy?" She nodded, her smile sharp, almost triumphant. "Exactly." I wanted to laugh. I wanted to scream. I wanted to grab the wine bottle and throw it across the room. But instead, I leaned back, met her gaze, and said the only thing that could convey everything I felt. "Keep it forever," I said quietly. She blinked. "Excuse me?" I said, "Keep it forever," I repeated, this time with calm finality. "If obedience is the price, then I'll pass. You can keep your demands, keep your rules, keep your control. Forever." Her smirk faltered. I saw it, just for a moment, the shock, the disbelief, maybe even a hint of fear. You can't be serious," she said, voice rising slightly, defensive now. "You can't just say that." "I can," I said evenly. "I'm done being manipulated. I'm done being told that love, intimacy, or affection is a reward for compliance. If that's the marriage you want, then you can have it, alone." The room went quiet. The clinking of cutlery and the hum of the refrigerator suddenly sounded deafening. She opened her mouth to argue, but no words came. I realized in that moment that she had never expected me to push back. Never expected me to refuse. Never expected me to call her bluff. For weeks after that night, the tension in the house was palpable. Danielle acted differently, more cautious, more hesitant, almost like she was tiptoeing around the consequences of what she had said. She tried a few half-hearted attempts to reassert control, but I stayed firm. I didn't argue, I didn't chase, I didn't beg. I just existed in the space I had claimed for myself. It was strange how quickly the balance shifted. She had always believed that I would bend, that I would compromise, that I would give in just to restore harmony. But I didn't. And suddenly, the rules she had set, the threats, the ultimatums, they didn't work anymore. Then came the day she sat across from me at the kitchen table, looking small and uncertain. "Ryan, I didn't mean it like that," she said quietly. "I know," I replied, "but that's how it came across. That's how it felt. And I don't respond to ultimatums." Her eyes filled with something I hadn't seen in a long time. Regret. Not embarrassment, not shame, but a soft, raw acknowledgement that she had crossed a line. She started, faltering. "I guess I just wanted, I don't know, to make you listen, to make you notice me, to make you comply." I leaned back in my chair, my voice calm but steady. "You've noticed me plenty, but notice isn't the same as respect. Control isn't the same as love. Threats aren't intimacy." She swallowed hard. I didn't realize how far I'd gone." I nodded. "You went far. But now you know where the line is, and crossing it again won't change that." In the following days, something shifted between us. Danielle stopped trying to manipulate, stopped issuing ultimatums, stopped framing intimacy as a reward. She started listening. She started engaging. She started treating me like an equal, not a subordinate. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't immediate. Trust had been tested, boundaries had been pushed, and wounds had been opened. But at least we were moving in the right direction. I realized that night, and in the weeks after, that marriage isn't about control. It's about respect, about consent, about partnership. Threats and dominance may create compliance for a moment, but they destroy connection in the long run. And I wasn't willing to sacrifice my dignity, my autonomy, or my sense of self to maintain a facade of intimacy. Danielle eventually apologized, not just for the ultimatum, but for the months of subtle manipulation, for taking me for granted, for treating affection as a commodity. It was sincere, and it mattered more than any words she could have said before. I forgave her, eventually, but I never forgot, and I never allowed that kind of dynamic to exist again. That night, when I told her to keep her threats forever, it wasn't anger that fueled me, it was clarity. It was a refusal to let someone dictate my worth or demand compliance as the price of love. And in the end, that clarity restored not just my sense of self, but the foundation of our marriage. Intimacy, I realized, isn't given or taken, it's shared, and it can only survive in a relationship where both people are free, equal, and willing, not obedient. Danielle learned that lesson the hard way. I hope I didn't have to.